A mostly sunny good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Not all that bad out there. A little cool. We do have a slight breeze, but not too much. 53 degrees with mostly sunny skies at the airport. 53 here at Radio Center. Downtown Midland at 55. Downtown Bay City coming in at 54. We did have a chilly start to the day, as some of you are well aware. Took a look outside and saw some frost on the rooftops, and a few of you did see some frost on the lawns. So, yes, temperatures got right down close to that freezing mark, and as a result, as we mentioned before, it was a good thing that many of you did take care of some of that tender foliage, because starting today and for the foreseeable future, we're talking for at least the next couple of weeks, we're not anticipating anything close to freezing as far as overnight lows go. And high temperatures are going to really rev up. We'll talk about that in just a second. We do have a number of cities that are in the 50s. And as we go through the remainder of the day, we will be looking at a high temperature of right around 64. There is a high pressure system over the eastern part of the Upper Peninsula. And that's good news for us, because eventually what it's going to do is move a little bit further east and begin to draft some much warmer air up into Michigan. The other thing, we do have a low pressure system over southeastern parts of Kansas. That is going to be moving into Missouri, and eventually it'll work its way through the Indianapolis, Indiana area tomorrow. And by tomorrow night, it'll be over West Virginia. That low has a little bit more southerly track to it. As a result, we will get clouds as we go into the later afternoon and the evening hours tonight. And southern Michigan, especially the southern 25% of the lower peninsula along and south I-94, is going to see a little bit better chance of some precipitation. But as you move a little bit further to the north, the chances of precipitation drop off, and very likely we'll see not much of anything in the way of precipitation as we move through the day on Friday and Friday night. Widely scattered is probably the best way that I can describe it, but we will have some clouds, and our temperatures will cool down just a little bit. It won't be as warm tomorrow as what we will be seeing today. Mostly sunny skies, clouds moving in the afternoon. And then, as we said, a spotty shower around, especially in southern Michigan, and that will be after midnight tonight. Now, during the day tomorrow, cloudy skies, spotty showers. Again, the best chance will be in southern Michigan. We'll get up to right around 60 degrees, maybe a little bit under that. We'll have an east and a northeast wind to contend with, as that low pressure system will be moving through Indiana, Ohio, and then off into West Virginia by tomorrow night. 45 is going to be our low for tomorrow night, after a low of 47 tonight. Then on Saturday, we're going to start to work our way up. More in the way of sun as we go through the day on Saturday. 59, 60 degrees, so pretty close to where we will be tomorrow. That's the same thing for Saturday. 42 is going to be our low on Saturday night. Then on Sunday, with sunshine, we'll be pressing 70 degrees, 50 for an overnight low on Sunday night. High pressure over Kentucky, moving into Vermont by Monday, is signifying a major change in our weather pattern. And it is a major change toward the warmer and, I think, the drier side of things. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, partly cloudy skies all 3 days, with temperatures moving into the mid to upper 70s on Monday, 82 for a high on Tuesday, and I think that's about as warm as we're going to get, maybe 83 or 84 on Wednesday. Long range outlook to take us all the way through the 18th of the month is for above average on the temperatures, and in some cases much above average, 15 to 20 degrees above normal. Precipitation values will be average to slightly below for this time of the year. Average in the afternoon, 64, 44 at night. Record high in this state, 88, set back in 1949. The record low 30 set back in 1954 and tied in 1958. A year ago today, our high was 58. Our low was 41. Sun will set this evening at 8:43, rise tomorrow morning at 6:22. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. We're going to be taking a look at the markets here in just a moment. But before we do that, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
Nutrient Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrient Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrientagsolutions.com.
They say there's a secret to growing a great crop. At Nutrient Ag Solutions, they beg to differ. It all starts with a strong foundation, and when it comes to fertilizer, there's no question that Titan XE drives dry fertilizer performance. They've been unlocking the potential in every prill of dry fertilizer with biocatalyst technology for over a decade. Visit lpi.ag/Titan or contact your Nutrient Ag Solutions crop consultant to drive your crop's potential today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. You know, they're licensed to serve all of Michigan with both conventional and organic crop insurance, and they make it available just as soon as you get in contact with them. And they're easy to get a hold of. You know, they're agents. You can contact them on their cell phones for questions or emergencies, or you can just call the office. They're located in Reese, 989-868-4722. Risk management, that's what it's all about. That's the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency's main purpose, risk management, making sure that you're protected from the bad things and take advantage of the good. Contact them today, the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. We say good morning to Melinda Sweeney. Melinda, how are you this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
Hey, not too bad. Now, we've had quite a string of down weeks where you've given the report. Are we doing any better today?
We are. July wheat's testing $11 mark. It's rallied 50 cents with India curbing wheat exports. Corn's been unlike wheat and unable to hold early gains with better planning forecasts and the index fluctuation yesterday with the Federal Reserve put corn on the defense. But all markets seen a lot of buying potential and off the week lows. They're waiting on a clear picture for weather in the U.S. and the Brazil safrinha crop, but the bigger picture is world grain flows and food inflation still underlying factor in the market should keep a floor in prices until we have a clear picture on the Northern Hemisphere production. The day-to-day price action still dictated by headline risk and weather model updates. Crude oil is near a 3-week high as the U.S. dollar is working its way back on an upside reversal after closing weaker yesterday following the Federal Reserve meeting. But overall, it's really the same factors we've been looking at. U.S. planning forecast here this spring is trying to hold the markets down, but we're still seeing a lot of end user buying and gobbling up their coverage, but maintaining the headline risk from this disabling or disrupting the world grain flows stemming from the war on Ukraine. But as we get export sales today, that could set the tone this afternoon. And if we could push $11 highs, that determines a lot of things from here. But wheat's currently up 21, beans are up 15, and corn's unchanged.
So on the board right now at the Andersons, Melinda, what do you have?
Yeah, nearby corn is $7.33, new crop corn $6.79, nearby beans $16.15, new crop corn $14.34, red and white wheat nearby is $10.11, and new crop wheat is $9.96.
We've seen so far how far behind we are here in Michigan, but I have to think we're really going to pick up the pace here over the next few days. It doesn't take very long to get a crop in the ground these days, but I'm kind of curious about Ohio and Indiana in particular. Have you heard or seen Any crop progress reports for those states?
They're in the same boat we are. They're behind. They're not setting any record paces this year. They're definitely struggling just as much as we are.
So at this stage of the game, they're going to need some nice weather, but it looks like rain is in the forecast for them again.
Yeah, it looks like southern Michigan's supposed to get an inch of rain tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah, and they'll get even that much, if not more, in that part of
Right.
the country. So the window of opportunity is really shrinking. I'm very curious if we're going to see any movement at all in acreage intentions here as far as planting goes, since everything right now is beginning to get behind.
Yeah, we're still keeping up with our average. I don't know if we're quite to that point to make acre switch, but if we get into the later part of the month and we're still tracking at this pace, I think acre intentions definitely will switch. I think we've already started to see that in the southeastern part of the United States, and we'll see what happens from there. But I think some acres will switch throughout the year given the late and wet season.
Melinda, you take care. Have a great day, okay?
Thanks, you too.
You bet. Melinda Sweeney over at the Andersons. A little bit more in depth as far as what the markets are doing. Doug Klein from Oppenheimer joins me right now. The market report brought to you by Steiner Tractor. You know, they know that that tractor might be a hobby, passion, livelihood, or even your legacy for the next generation. They do share their enthusiasm for those antique machines, and they know that you want to keep them running. That's why they take their job personally at Steiner Tractor Parts. They understand how your life and job both stop if your tractor stops running. New parts for old tractors made easy. 800-234-3280 or go to steinertractor.com. Doug Klein, good morning.
Good morning.
What are we looking at now? Oh no!
Oh my God!
I know you're one guy that when you start laughing like that, I hide for cover. I mean, I really do.
So we had a huge rally on the stock market yesterday, just one of the best days in years. And the federal government, Federal Reserve, whoever you want to call them, came out and said, well, we think we should raise interest rates 0.75% next month. And that completely comes out of the blue. I just call it like it is. It's market manipulation by the big dogs. And somebody's buying influence here and buying influence there. And eventually people are just going to go, forget it. This is crazy. The big banks are winning. The big hedge funds are winning. The government is doing whatever they want to whoever they want, whenever they want. It's kind of scary, but who knows? The U.S. dollar is going higher today, over 1% higher. The British pound hit a multi-year low today. They're just getting hammered, down over 2%. Euro's down 1%. The yen, Canadian dollar, both down 1%. I should say the euro's actually up 1% in this case. But okay, so anyway, here's your numbers. The July corn is 7.93.5, down 0.75 penny. December corn is 7.33.5, down 2 3/4, and September of 23 corn is 6.79 1/4, down 3. July soybeans 16.49 1/4, up 8 3/4. The November soybeans 14.89.5, up 3, and November of 23 soybeans 14.09, up 3/4 penny. The July wheat is 10.96, up 19.5. December wheat 10.99 1/4, up 17.5, and the July of 23 wheat 10.38 3/4, up 8 cents. So crude oil has had a big roundabout today. Actually hit. Let's see, crude oil actually hit today 111.37. So it was up like $3 or more. Right now, crude is at 108.72, 91 cents higher. The federal government announced that they want to buy back the crude oil that they've siphoned off the strategic reserve in the future. So sometime this fall, they're going to do that. Who knows how that's going to affect the prices. But heating oil is $413.52. That's down 6 cents. Gasoline is $364.47, down 0.7 penny. Natural gas is 8.55.90. That's up 8.5 cents, and I read somewhere that's a 14-year high on natural gas. Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar gets you 128.13 at the border. That's up 82 ticks. The dollar gets you 130.29 yen. That's up 122 ticks. The euro buys $1.516. That's down 105 ticks. The dollar's at 103.72. That's up 114 ticks. And the British pound is 123.56. Again, that's a multi-year low. That's down 265 ticks. And they said that segment of the world is officially in a recession at this point, and they're probably going to have to do things to get their economies going, such as cut interest rates, and that affects the price of their currency. Gold is at 1881.80. That's up $13. Silver's at 22.59. That's up 18 cents. And platinum's at 968.20. That's down $11.40.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess the only question I have is, what isn't at record highs these days?
Record highs and record lows. Depends on which way they're pushing it. The closer it is to a record high, the more likely it is to go to another record high, and vice versa. Because these big pools of money, they really don't care, and they don't even know what a kernel of corn looks like. They absolutely don't. If it's up, we must be buying. Everybody else must be buying because it's up. So buy more.
Yeah.
Or sell. And that's the scary part about it. When they all get together and decide that they're going to sell, it's going to be a bloodbath.
Yep. And I hope that's not around the corner.
But
Doug, you take care.
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, there you go. Hey, good news. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Doug, we'll talk to you later.
Will do. All
Doug
right.
Klein over at Oppenheimer. Jerry Samolsky joining me right now at Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Jerry, it looks like the weather's finally beginning to break.
Yeah, Terry, when I talked Tuesday, they changed that long-range forecast. I wasn't looking next week at having those high 70s and maybe low 80s coming up. So, yeah, everything's going to break loose pretty quick right now. And one of the things that's getting to break loose is our plant of the week this week, Terry, and that is serviceberry, shadblow, a lot of common names for this. It's an Amelanchier canadensis. It's a native plant, and it blooms white right about now as the cherries are blooming. Sometimes it gets confused with the cherry. It's usually multi-stemmed, very fine textured stems that go up, and it produces a berry. It's called Juneberry too. So that berry is edible. It's like a blueberry, maybe just a touch smaller, but sweet and a little bit grainier, but an edible plant. And if you don't get them, the birds will love them. So it's a great plant, multi-stem, good orangey fall color, a plant for all seasons.
And again, you've got them at the nursery, right?
We do, Terry. Again, call it shadblow or serviceberry. Those are two of the most common names for it. That's why we have botanical names, because of plants like this with tons of common names.
Yeah. They sound beautiful. So again,
They're
you've got it at the
plants.
nursery.
Unused.
What?
We do, and we're open till 5 o'clock weekdays, 9 to 2 on weekends. And the nice thing about the shadblow too, I didn't mention, is they're widely adaptable to different soils, so they're easy to grow.
Sounds like a Mother's Day gift to me.
Absolutely.
All righty, Jerry. Thank you.
Yep. Take care, Terry.
We'll talk to you again. Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville.
Mr. Farmer, does the cost of fertilizer have your head spinning? Maybe it's time to look for alternatives. Now's the time to see what Dairy Dew can do for you. Dairy Dew? Dairy Dew offers compost blends made with chicken manure, gypsum, and several other natural ingredients that will bring health back into your fields. As a matter of fact, Dairy Dew features a mix of compost blends, granulated fertilizers, and liquids that will help to restore nutrients and good biology to your soils. No matter if you're a conventional farmer or organic farmer, Dairy Dew is for you. Dairy Dew liquids like Kelpful and MCI Corn Starter will benefit your plants. The soil health experts at Morgan Composting have been helping farmers with their soil health for over 25 years. Put that expert know-how to work for you. Don't let today's fertilizer costs get you down. Now you know the best option. Learn more by visiting dairydew.com. Get your orders placed now for spring. Put Dairy Dew to work for you.
Healthy plants come from healthy soil. Healthy soil comes from Dairy Dew. Looking for a career where every day is different? Got a knack for working on farm equipment? We're looking to grow our team. Hudson Inc., your local John Deere dealer, is responsible for keeping farmers of America running. Honest, dependable, and self-reliant mechanical technicians is who we are looking for. Hudson provides continuing education, tool allowances, and benefits. If you're interested in becoming a part of the Hudson team, go online and search Hudson Inc. Careers for more information.
Along with me, Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Agency. Craig, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Terry. I'm enjoying a beautiful morning so far.
Oh, yeah. And there's going to be a lot of folks out and about right now. What should we talk about today other than the nice weather?
Well, right, Terry. I think everybody today so far has mentioned that things are going to be breaking loose and lots of stuff on the move. And that includes things like seed, fertilizer, spraying, and fuel. And those items are, potential. If you get in an accident and you spill, say, 100, 200 gallons of diesel fuel and it runs into the ditch, hopefully you've had a conversation with your agent about covering those costs if that happens. Because like everything else, the cost on that cleanup has gone up. And pollution coverage is not always a standard item on your farm policy. Some companies you have to add it, some you don't. So again, hopefully that's been part of your discussion over the winter.
So how do we address it? Basically, you ask about pollution coverage. Is that what you should be asking for?
Yes. In the insurance world, that's what it's called, pollution coverage. And, if a sprayer tips over or these fuel trailers that are carrying 1,000 gallons of fuel, I mean, the price alone of the fuel is bad enough, but now add in having to spend extra money to clean it up. You want to make sure the insurance policy covers those costs for you.
And again, the responsibility part, who's responsible, the carrier or you, the recipient?
Right. Well, if it's yours and it's in your vehicle, then, that all falls on you, the grower.
Yep, that makes sense. For more information, how do we reach you?
Well, we're always happy to talk on the phone, Terry, at 800-572-0939. Or if you prefer, go to rummelinsurance.com and send me an email from there.
Craig Voorhees, have a good day, okay?
We will, Terry. You too. Thanks.
I will. Steve Anderson in a moment.
Hi, I'm Ray from Begic Nursery and Garden Center in Bay City. Are you looking for something special for Mother's Day? From patio to yard and garden, explore the area's largest selection of exclusive cascading waterfalls, outdoor art, and statuary, gorgeous planters and pottery that will add the blazes of color combinations you've always dreamed of. See exclusive fountains, bird baths, fire pits, musically tuned woodstock wind chimes, gazing globes, and all the accessories you'll need for your yard and garden. Begic's Outdoor Living Center offers you a great selection of comfortable and colorful Berlin Gardens outdoor living furniture. Grilling with a new Weber grill from Begic's opens a world of possibilities. Visit our grill zone where you'll find the full line of Weber gas grills, charcoal grills, and all the accessories you'll need for outdoor cooking at its best. Backed by the power, reliability, and lifetime support of Weber. From patio to yard and garden, we'll see you at Begic Nursery and Garden Center this week on M84, 1 mile east of I-75, west side Saginaw Road, Bay City.
Who can help you with lines of credit, equipment loans, financing for purchasing land, credit cards, and more? The Frankenmuth Credit Union. Because the Frankenmuth Credit Union has been the hometown financial solution for thousands of people. Find out how they can help you. Go to frankenmuthcu.org. We say good morning to Steve Anderson over at Baird & Company. Steve, all about the interest rates. What's going on? What's happening right now?
Well, right now, after that big run up yesterday afternoon, it's running back down today. Dow Jones Industrial Average is at 32,923 that puts it down 1,140 points on 408 million shares of volume. The NASDAQ is down 651. Putting it at 12,314. Volume is 431 million shares. Locally, Caterpillar 216.08 down 651. Deere 380.18 down 1593. CMS 67.56 down 82. Dow 67.74 down 287. DuPont 65.68 down 310. Corteva 57.72 down 140. GM 39.48 down 170. Trinzio 47.51 down 367. Walmart 151.98 down 208. Home Depot 299.99 down 15.32. Huntington Bank is 13.43 down 47, and AT&T is at 19.73. That's down 22 cents, and I'm quitting. I'm not going to tell you any more.
I don't blame you one bit. Steve, thanks a lot. You have a good day, okay?
I will. You do the same.
You bet. Steve Anderson over at Baird. Experience the most reliable RTK signal from PC Ag Solutions, compatible with most GPS receivers. Trade in your old radio or modem and get an affordable subscription through us. We have over 25 base station locations across the Lower Peninsula, and we're always looking to add more to our network. Discover more power, more accuracy, and more coverage with our 450 megahertz signal. Call us to learn more today. PC Ag Solutions, 989-868-4444. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Quality Roasting of Reese, purchasing local soys, processing local beans, and marketing local Exceller meal, which is a high bypass soybean meal for your dairy herd. Get a hold of them today, Quality Roasting of Reese. Back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude our program with a playing of our national anthem.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Rocket Mortgage.
I'm Steve Kathan. A day after financial markets turned in their best day in 2 years, it's a rout on Wall Street. The Dow Jones Industrial Average down more than 1,100 points. The NASDAQ has lost about 5% of its value. Mark Hamrick, Bankrate.com.
That optimism dried up, and investors have quickly returned to their previous ways. They're selling stocks of all kinds, but focusing